Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Monday the 20th of October 2025. In today's Mill news, we start off with this from the southernnews.co.uk. More post-match comments. So obviously post-match comments from Saturday, and then we're going to have a preview of tomorrow's game. There's a game tomorrow, so they're coming thick and fast. Mill boss weighing up Alfie Doughtys' best role in starting 11. Alex Neil's weighing up where Alfie Doughty fits best into his starting 11 after he returned to first team action at the weekend. Doughty, 25, signed for the Lions from Luton Town in July and started the first two games of the season at left back. Yeah, that's only because we had two left backs injured. In his second start against Middlesbrough down on August 16th, the boyhood Millwall fan suffered a hamstring injury that ruled him out for 2 months. He made his return in the Lions 2-1 win over Queen's Park Rangers last Saturday, replacing Turno Ballo in the 74th minute. Casper Denor also featured after the injury layoff, coming on in the 13th minute for the injured Massimo Longo before being replaced by Luke Cumble late on. Neil was pleased to have both players back. Oh, really important. Casper had to come back off because he had a cramp. Alfie, I just wanted to get him minutes in his legs and get him ready. For Alfie, I probably need to have a think about where I think he's best utilised. Whether it's in the back lane so the game's in front of him, or whether it's as a wide player. So there are little bits like that I need to have a look at as well. Interesting. Very interesting. So the game's in front of him. Obviously, if you've got someone who's very good on the ball, can pick out a lovely pass, it probably would make sense to have them more at left back, but then they've got to defend. Now moving on to this, also from southernnews.co.uk. He's been biding his time. Alex Neil praises Millwall goalkeeper after the first championship start. Alex Neil praised Max Crocombes after the goalkeeper made his first league start for Millwall against Queen's Park Rangers on Saturday. Crocombes, 32, joined the Lions from Burton Albion in July and had previously featured twice in the AFL Cup. The Kiwi international was called into action at Loftus Road after Stephen Bender, who had started every league game previously, suffered an injury in the days leading up to the match. Crocombes made 2 saves as Millwall won 2-1. The start marked the latest milestone in Crocombes' rapid ascent up the football pyramid. 4 seasons ago, he was plying his trade for Grimsby Town in the National League before helping them achieve promotion to League 2. After a season in the 4th Division, he joined Burton in League 1, where he spent 2 campaigns before signing for Millwall. Neil was asked about his performance by News at 10 after the game. Oh yeah, I thought he did well. His kicking was good to start with at the start of the game. He made a really good save down the right hand side from Harvey Vale, a shot from the edge of the box. And then we go up that side and Will has his shot, and I thought that set him down really quite quickly. To be fair to Max, he's been biding his time. He's been hungry to play, and he was due to play the Crystal Palace game, and then he missed out because he hurt his toe. So that was a bit of a blow for him. Then today, he managed to get his chance, and he performed well. Again, so is he going to play on tomorrow? You hope so. You do hope so. Now, moving on to this. Own a match-worn shirt from Mill's trip to QPR. Yep, another auction, another shirt auction, this time for the black one, the red and black one. So match-worn shirts from Mill's match against Queen's Park Rangers are up for auction! ! Take a look at the link above and secure a piece of history from the Lions 2-1 Sky Bet Championship victory. Do the goal scorers Femi Aziz and Mihail Ivanovic take your fancy, or perhaps someone else's top is the one for you? Happy bidding. So yes, if you go to mws.com, search for Millwall, and it'll be here. And here we go. Worn and signed. And it is just the starting players, no substitutes, just the starters. So at the moment there's 5 days left. It's a rapid auction, and they're not messing around. The 2 goal scorers are at the top of the money at the moment. Mihail Ivanovic £172, and Femia's is £96. And then Billy Mitchell 90, Crammer 81, Sturge 80, Ballo 80, Luongo 80, Ryan Lenders 79, Jake Cooper 80, Will Smallbones 69, and Maxime Terramoana Crocombes £58. How about that? So there you go. Is that something you're interested in? MWS.com. Now moving on to the latest loan watch. Mayer defeats Bromley with Evans involved in 6-goal thriller. There was a Millwall reunion in Cambridge on Saturday as the U's faced Bromley in Sky Bet League 2, with Neil Harris managing the home side and Ben Thompson in the midfield for the Ravens. Current Millwall loanee Adam Mayer played the 90 minutes in Cambridge's 2-1 victory before being replaced late in second half stoppage time. Elsewhere, George Evans's loan spell at Hartlepool United continued as he was between the sticks for the Pools' 3-3 Vanarama National League draw at Sutton United. Prior to that, Hartlepool exited the Emirates FA Cup at the fourth qualifying round stage as they were defeated 3-1 at home by Gainsborough Trinity in a replay. Yes, and Alfie Massey's loan at Wealdstone has come to a premature end, with the Lions recalling the midfielder due to an injury sustained. Yes, he underwent surgery. I told you about that previously last week. So these are the games coming up. Barnet versus Cambridge United for Adam Mayer. That's tomorrow. And George Evans, Hartlepool United versus Solihull Moors on Saturday. So, now we preview the game. See, some bits aren't available at the moment. They'll probably get put up tomorrow, which obviously no good for me because I do a daily video. I do it in the evening after all the news has been written and everyone's got their views, late on. Then I cover it, put it in the video, and share it. So this is from livesoccertv.com. There is a game tomorrow, Millwall versus Stoke City, 7:45 kickoff at the Den. It's going to rain tomorrow, but I think it's raining around lunchtime or in the morning. It's not going to be raining in the evening. The game is on Sky Sports Plus because all of the midweek games are on Sky Sports Plus. So there you go. And it doesn't seem to be available elsewhere in the world, so you have to buy a match pass from Millwall TV if you want to watch the game if you are based outside of Great Britain and the Republic of Ireland. Now, the historical record versus Stoke City is very, very good regarding home games versus Stoke City. We have lost few and far between the number of games we played against them. Very few losses. This is the latest game here. If we go up in 2005, 2 different seasons, 2 defeats, a third defeat in 1996, a 4th defeat in 1986, 1930 and 1929. So only 6 defeats. 6 defeats in what looks about probably 25 to 30 games. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And if we look now at the moment, we're in 2025. The last game was a 1-0 win. The last 3 games we haven't conceded a goal against them at home. A 1-0 win, a 1-0 win, a 2-0 win. The last time we lost to them was in 2005. So 20 years ago. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games ago. 20 years and 7 games ago was the last time we lost to them. And it was a 1-0 loss. But bizarrely, other than that, so the other defeats, 3-1 loss in 1929, a 3-1 loss in 1930, a 3-2 loss in 1986, and a 3-2 loss in 1996. Interesting. So when we lost to them before, we always conceded 3 goals. When we lost to them since the start of the millennium, we lost both games 1-0. So yeah. But you can see, we're on 4 wins in a row. 4 wins in a row. The last time, 2020, September 2020. So this would that have been the old season, or no? It was postponed to like July, wasn't it? I'm not sure what season that was. If it was 1920 or 2021. No, no, because this would have been 20. So that would have been 1920. It's 2019, 2020. So that would have been the COVID season. And this would have been 2020, 2021. No. Whatever. So I'm trying to figure out if that was the COVID season, which is why we didn't win that game, because that was the last time we didn't even win, which was a 0-0 draw. So yeah, I mean, if you want to go to a game that we're likely to win, I should say go down to the ground tomorrow, because this looks like it's going to be a win. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So here we go. This is how one-sided it's been. So the last 6 games. This is from WhoScored.com, by the way. Last 6 games out of the den between Millwall and Stoke. We've won 5, we've drawn 1, and we've lost 0, as we've just seen. They've only scored 1 goal in those 6 games. 1 goal. 1. A 1. Uno. 1. 1 goal in 6 games. They've got 15 yellow cards. We've got 8 yellow cards, and we've scored 8 goals. So it's not as if we're absolutely banging the goals in. 8 goals in 6 games. But 1 goal in 6 games for them. The match facts on the right hand side. There have been under 2.5 goals scored in Stoke's last 7 games in the Championship. Millwall have seen under 2.5 goals scored in their last 7 matches against Stoke in all competitions. Millwall have kept a clean sheet in 6 of their last 7 home matches against Stoke in all competitions. So there you go. That does look very one-sided. But, as you can see, Stoke are above us in the table. Oh my god, they're really good. Are they though? We'll look into now. They did, as you can see, they played 10 and they've won 5. So the same as us, 50% win rate. They're above us because they've drawn 3 games and lost 2, where we've drawn 2 and lost 3. They've only conceded 6 goals, but they've scored double that, 12. But we've only scored 11. We've scored 11 and 10. But we've conceded 13. Although, 7 of that was against the 2 top teams at the top of the table. The 2 above Stoke. Right. Let's have a look at the expanded table as it is. So the only unbeaten team still is Coventry. They've won 6, drawn 4, lost 0. Stoke actually have the best defence in the league. Their 6 goals conceded is the lowest in the league. Better than Middlesbrough and better than Coventry. But if we look at their away games and who they've played, so obviously we're a quarter of the way into the season. The table, okay, after 10 games, 11 games, you can start to look at it. What the table looks like after 23 games, after you have played every single team, what does it look like then? Because it's probably going to look the same come the end of the season. There's going to be a bit of movement, but generally, the teams at the top and the teams at the bottom, they'll be there or thereabouts. But until they played everyone at least once, that doesn't give a true reflection. And we can see, they're third in the table. They've only conceded 6. But does that give a true reflection? So let's have a look at their away games so far this season. So they beat Sheffield Wednesday, the Basket Case Club. They beat them 3-0. That was their first away game of the season. So that's probably, giving them a confidence. Wow, look, here we go. Then they beat Southampton 2-1. Obviously, Southampton, everyone was thinking, oh my God, they're going to, that they're contenders to win the league. Now we know they're not. They're still struggling. They've drawn too many games. They've drawn 6, which is the most in the division. They're 16th. But they would have thought, after they beat them 2-1 down at Southampton, wow, we're hot shit. They go to Queen's Park Rangers. They lose 1-0. They go to Middlesbrough, they get a 0-0 draw, which is a good result. That is a good result. They go to Blackburn, who are in the bottom three, and they drew 1-1, and that's Blackburn's only draw so far the season. So these are their away results. They failed to score in 2 games. And they've only kept 2 clean sheets. One against Sheffield Wednesday and one against Middlesbrough. Now I imagine that they were probably defending more against Middlesbrough. And maybe they were playing for the 0-0 draw. I don't know, but I would suspect that they were probably playing for that. Because they knew they probably couldn't win that game. If we look at their home results, this is even more bizarre. They had to get penalties to get through Walsall in the first round of the League Cup. Second round of the League Cup, they lost to Bradford 3-0. Obviously, they must have rotated the team. Bradford are a second division team. No, League 2 team. I believe. Are they in League 2 still or League 1? League 2, I think. So they play a good team, West Bromwich Albion. They're at the top of the table. They're playoff contenders. They lose 1-0. They failed to score. So they failed to score against Walsall, failed to score against Bradford, failed to score against West Bromwich Albion. But they do beat Birmingham. Now again, everyone's saying, "Oh, Birmingham," but they were in League 1 last season. They've just come up, but they beat them 1-0. They draw with Stoke. They are Stoke. They draw with Norwich 1-1. Obviously, Norwich, again, they're at the bottom of the table. They've got a new manager. It's not really clicking for them. They sold their better players. It's not really working out for them. And they beat Wrexham, again, another team that's just come up, who play kind of shit League 2 football. Dog and duck football. So they kept a clean sheet against Birmingham and Wrexham and Walsall. And they've only scored 1 goal. So they've only scored 3 goals at home. This is all their home games, I think. I think so. So, I mean, this is nothing to be afraid of. They might be a third in the table at the moment, but as soon as they start playing good teams, like fucking Millwall, hello. As soon as they lose to us, they're going to start dropping down the table. Once they play us, once they play Coventry, once they play... Who's another good team? But they've already played Middlesbrough. Once they play Leicester, once they play Bristol City, they're going to start dropping down the table. Because they haven't done anything so far. When they played a good team, now to be fair, the away result at Middlesbrough, that was a good point for them, 0-0 draw. But everything else is just, there's nothing there. They haven't played anyone good. So no wonder they're at the top of the table. As soon as they start playing good teams like us, they're going to lose and they're going to drop down the table. So here we go. Now, our home form. The Wrexham result was a fucking travesty. The Middlesbrough result still, but as we've seen, they are, especially Coventry result. These are the 2 best teams in the league. Coventry are going to win the league, I would expect. They scored 29 goals, only conceded 7. So yeah. And that's who we lost. We lost 3-0 to them. We lost 4-0 to them. Although we did beat Coventry in the League Cup at home, which is their 2-1. Again, the Wrexham result that was fucking atrocious. The Watford, we scored from a free kick early on and we defended for the rest of the game. The performance was really bad. West Bromwich Albion, a team that Stoke lost to at home 1-0. We thrashed them 3-0. We made them look second best all day long. The return of Femi Aziz, he helped do that. Very important player. He gets results, he gets goals, he gets assists. And that's what we've been missing. Players that actually get things on the board, in the net. So yeah, Stoke are nothing to be afraid of. They may be third in the table, but they've only played, middle to lower teams. When they have played a good team, West Brom, they lost. Though they did draw away at Middlesbrough, but like I said, I think they played for that 0-0 draw. Here's the strengths and weaknesses for both teams and the styles of play. So let's get on to the prediction. Having said all that, what do we think the score is going to be? Again, their manager is Mark Robins. He's no dummy. He knows what he's doing. 4 staff goals from Femi Aziz and Mihailo Ivanovic set Millwall on course for a statement 2-1 win, away victory against London rivals QPR on Tuesday night. The Lions have won back-to-back league games, scoring 5 goals in the process as they climb back into the top 6. Stoke defended well after taking the lead through Sorba Thomas on Saturday afternoon, as Potters closed out a 1-0 home win against Phil Parkinson's Wrexham side. Tuesday's visitors are unbeaten in 4 league games and back up to 3rd in the standings, albeit with 3 draws in that run. And they say it's going to be Millwall 1, Stoke 0. That's interesting. Okay. From sportsmile.co.uk. We'll read it today because we've got time. Match preview. Moving into the Championship player positions after their win last time out, Alex Neil's men have now lost just once in the last 6 league matches. Handing QPR boss Julien Stéphan his first home defeat, Mill produced a disciplined and energetic performance to cause an upset in West London. Goals from Femi Aziz and Mihailo Ivanovic gave the Lions a 2-goal advantage before Roman Barrel's late strike set up a tense finale, but the visitors held firm to secure their 5th league win of the campaign. Bosh. As a result, Mill sit in the top 6 with 17 points within touching distance of the automatic promotion places. Having narrowly missed out on a playoff spot last season, Neil's side will be hoping their bright start can lay the foundation for a serious push for Premier League football come May. Or come April. You don't want to leave it that late. There's only 1 game in May. Stoke, meanwhile, continue to show signs of progress under Mark Robins. The Potters' narrow victory over Wrexham at the Bet365 Stadium, sealed by Sorba Thomas's first half strike, lifted them to 18 points from their opening 10 Championship fixtures, 1 more than their hosts. Now 3 points off the automatic promotion positions, a 6th league win on Tuesday could move Robins' side closer to 2nd place Middlesbrough. While Stoke have looked a more cohesive and confident unit this season, their attacking output remains an area for improvement, having scored only twice across 4 September league fixtures. Again, they've only scored 2 goals in 4 games. Their away form, however, has been solid, with 8 points collected from 5 championship trips so far. However, history is not on their side, as the Potters have failed to defeat Millwall in any of their last 6 meetings across all competitions. Team news. Millwall did not emerge from their win at Loftus Road unscathed, as Massimo Luongo was forced off after 15 minutes with an injury and is unlikely to feature on Tuesday. Well, unlikely, fucking hell. He's definitely not going to feature on Tuesday, I can tell you that. An Achilles issue kept Lucas Jensen out of the squad at the weekend, with Max Crocombes making his first league start of the season, and he expected to retain his place between the posts. Danny McNamara and Daniel Kelly have returned to training, could be in contention for selection. Ivanovic marked his return to the starting 11 with a goal and is likely to lead the line once more. For Stoke, Boson Lawal remains sidelined with a hamstring injury that has ruled him out of the last 3 matches. Bae Jun Ho, released early from international duty, was unavailable for the Wrexham clash and is expected to miss out again. Lewis Baker returned to the starting lineup last time out and after 3 games out, but Robins may opt to rest him given the quick turnaround. Should Baker not be risked, Jamie Donnelly could start in the number 10 role behind striker Divin Mubamba. And they say Millwall 1, Stoke 1. Both sides have enjoyed strong starts to the 25-26 Championship campaign and will see this as a key opportunity to strengthen their promotion credentials. Stoke's impressive away record will face a stern examination against a Millwall side that is difficult to beat at the Den, and with little to choose between the two, a closely contested draw appears the most likely outcome. That's what they say. So we've got... What was the other one again? 1-0 to Millwall. 1-0 to Millwall. Or 1-1. I think it's going to be a win unless Stoke turn up and park the bus, which it seems that they may have done against Middlesbrough. Maybe their strategy is to try and draw against the teams at the top of the table and then beat the shit teams. If that's their strategy, they're doing quite well at the moment, apart from that West Brom game that they lost 1-0. So, if they do that, can we break them down? Maybe we get a free kick and we score directly from a free kick. Alfie Doughty, Femi Aziz, even Ivanovic. Maybe we can do that. So yeah, I think it's going to be 2-0. I think it's going to be Mill 2, Stoke City 0. Yeah. This, as you've seen from the history of the fixture, it's a game we win. And as you've seen, I've just shown you the team that Stoke have played so far to be third in the table. They haven't played anyone really. They haven't played anyone, and they barely scored more than one goal. When they did, they've scored more than one goal. It was against Sheffield Wednesday. So you know what I mean. So if they do score, can we score more than one? But I don't think they're more likely to score 2. So if we score 2, we're going to win the game. Simple as. If we score 2, we're winning the game. And I think we will score 2, and I think we'll keep a clean sheet. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.